welcome back to my channel. My name is Nancy. If you are new, welcome. First of all, I want to start off by wishing you guys a happy new year. I know it's crazy to think that we are in 2021 already because it seemed like 2020 just flew by. There was a lot that happened in 2020, but 2021 is going to be better. We have to start it off with a positive mindset. So I wish you guys all blessings, peace, love, but most of all, health. I want you guys to be healthy. I want you guys to set your goals and have a positive mindset throughout the year, because that's all we really can do. There is so much negativity in this world that we do not need to start off the year by having negative vibes, because they're not going to do us any good. So remember to always stay positive. I know it's hard because I go through my moods like this all the time, but in the end, I always try to be positive. So let's just get started. I'm just going to talk to you guys about my 2020 recap and then what my goals are for 2021. So let's get started. So it's crazy for me to think that 2021 is here. Like, it seemed like 2020 was just like, I don't think I lived through it. Like, I still feel like since March to like December, I was living, like I kept doing my day-to-day things, but I wasn't fully enjoying it. I wasn't in the moment, you could say. If I hope that makes sense. I don't know. It's just a feeling that I had, that I like my life was in a pause, but it wasn't. Like, it still kept going, but I was just not living to it the fullest. I don't know. It's just, I know it's weird, and I hope you understand, because it's hard to explain that moment or that feeling, but that's how I felt that 2020 went. I mean, a lot of my plans got canceled, obviously. Like, we couldn't travel, and I get that, and I know that it was for the best, but still, a lot of people, including myself, live in fear, and we shouldn't do that. But the worry of the unknown, when this COVID is going to get over, or if it's going to take a year or a couple months from now, it's kind of just up in the air. But we kind of have faith, and we just got to keep going in that sense of way. So 2021 is going to be a better year. I have faith. I believe in it. That my thing is that however you start the year, it's going to go. You know what I mean? So it was New Year's Eve, and I worked, and I was very, very exhausted, that I'm like, I'm not going to stay up for midnight, which I didn't. I fell asleep around 10 o'clock. I was just really, really tired. But I went to bed thinking that I'm like, it's okay. It's another year. But then I realized that I'm like, am I going to be alive in those next 2 hours to start the year off? You know? So I started to think, and I'm like, why do I think that I am going to have the whole year? A lot can happen in a day, a week, a month, the year. How do I know that I am going to be able to live or accomplish my dreams or achieve everything that I have set my mind to? How do I know that, you know? So I changed my mindset quick, and I was like, okay, Nancy, there's going to be no negativity in this. You are going to have a positive mindset. You are going to go in it thinking, okay, God has a plan for you. You have a purpose to fulfill, and you got to make the year yours. You can't live in a negative mindset thinking that, it's another year. Like, I'm going to set a goal, and if I achieve it, good. If not, nothing's going to happen, right? No, false. Change that attitude. Change it, because you are going to set goals that you will achieve. Not saying that if it happens, it happens. No. So I'm going to talk to you guys some of my goals that I am hoping to achieve this year or in a couple months, that I really, really do hope, and I give my all, that I'm going to make happen. You know how when New Year's comes, people always are like, oh, what's your New Year's resolution? Well, I've always made some in the past, saying that, oh, I want to make so much money. I want to work out, this and that. And I guess like I work towards them for like a month or two, and then I'm like, okay, like I'm done. Like, I don't really care. But this year, it's going to be different. I am not going to give myself goals that are not going to be achievable. I'm going to give myself goals that I'm going to be like, okay, I'm going to make this happen. So I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about my goals and what I want to achieve and what I want to be able to accomplish in the next couple of months. So one of mine is I want to be able to buy a new vehicle. I've been driving the same vehicle since I was in high school, and don't get me wrong, there's nothing with it. It gets me to point A to point B, but it's time for an upgrade. And I want to be able to pay it off in full. So I don't want to take out a loan or make it in payments. Like, I want to be able to pay it all in one go and it be mine, you know? So that is a goal of mine, is I want to save up for an SUV and have it paid off that same day that I go buy it. I know it's a big thing because SUVs are not cheap, but that is my goal. I don't know. I want to say that I want to have it in maybe 6 months from now, but we're going to work towards it every single day. Second is I want to eventually move away from Nebraska. I've always said this since I was in high school, that I want to move away. I have always been the adventurous. I guess you could call me the black sheep of the family. I've always wanted to move away. I wanted to do it on my own. I want to live on my own, because then I prove myself that I can do it. It makes me be like, okay, you're responsible, you're grown, like, you're a grown woman, you got it, you can do it. And the city that I've always wanted to move is Chicago. Chicago is a city that I fell in love with, and I have family there. In Nebraska, I don't have any family. It's just us. So why not go somewhere where you have family? And I'm very, very close to them. So why not move there, you know? And that is my next goal, is to be able to save up money and take the move. I know it's taken me longer than I expected, but I'm gonna say my life has taken its course. I don't want to rush into anything. I don't want to have a mistake or something happen and I be like, oops, I rushed into it, you know? I want to be financially stable. I want to make sure I have everything planned out so I'm not struggling later on, because I don't know, I'm just a planner. I like to keep everything in line. So yes, is to save up money to take that big step forward into moving away from Nebraska. My third is to be happier. Yes, to be happier, because 2020 was a tough year, and I'm gonna go into some of the reasons why it was tough. Obviously, not being able to say goodbye to my friends from college, not being able to find the dream job of mine. I graduated when the whole pandemic was going on, so no one was really hiring, and still people aren't hiring. So I kind of was just thrown out there. It's like, either you keep the job that you have now and hope that if you do quit, you find a different job. Well, I was very blessed to quit the job that I was at, because I was just miserable. I didn't like it anymore. It made me feel uncomfortable in that way. I was working retail, and I wasn't happy. I mean, I still work retail as it is now, but I'm in a different environment and I feel better. I don't feel as exhausted and miserable going into work like I used to. So that was a big thing that happened. And a next goal, I guess you could say, is I want to be happier. Yes, you heard that right. I want to be happier. I want to not feel the loneliness that I felt in 2020. I felt lonely. I felt like there was something missing in my heart. Something was missing, and I did not know how to fill it. So the sadness took over, which is easier just to bury my feelings. I'm not the type of person to express when I am feeling down or when something's bothering me. I can show it. I can show it in my face or in my attitude, but I won't talk about it. It's very hard for me to open up. So it's easier for me to just bury my feelings. Something that I did go through in 2020 was I did drink a lot more than I wanted to. I was drinking a lot more, like I said. It was easier for me just to drown those feelings with alcohol. So I started drinking more. I drank a lot. I would drink every day pretty much. I wouldn't drink to the point where I was like knocked out drunk, but I did drink a lot. And like I said, that drinking made me think that I was feeling that void inside. So I didn't listen to my mom. My mom's like, you are drinking more than you should. Like, what's going on? But like I said, I didn't talk about my feelings. I didn't care. I put on a happy face so people wouldn't ask me what was wrong. I'm not the type of person, I don't really like when people ask me like what's wrong. So I fake it until I make it, you know? So I put on a happy smile and I was like, I'm okay. I'm living my best life, when deep down I was sad. I was lonely. I was drinking until I had a waking moment and I told myself, okay, you need to get your shit together and focus. I'm not gonna cry. Oof. I wasn't really gonna talk about this with you guys because it's something personal. It's something that I went through. But I had the realization, I was like, you cannot let this feeling of sadness and depression and my anxiety take control of me. You cannot fill that void, that loneliness with alcohol. You're not happy. And I felt that if I kept drinking, I was gonna have a serious problem. Yes, in my family, we do have alcoholics. It's something that is in my bloodstream. So I'm 22 and I'm like, this cannot start this young. So I admitted to myself that I had a problem, that I was drinking more than I wanted to. I'm not saying that I was an alcoholic or drinking to the point that I was blacking out every day. But like I said, I didn't like the path that I was taking. I didn't like where I was headed. So I decided to stop it. So yes, I took a break. I did not drink any alcohol for about, I would say, 3 months. I made a promise that I wasn't going to until I was like, you know what? You're gonna get better. You're gonna get your emotional thoughts in line and you are gonna keep going. So I did that. That's how now if I have a drink occasionally, I'm okay, because I had to go through that dark side first to come out in the end being better. So it took a lot for me to realize it, but I did it. So yes, I know I just talked about something really deep and dark, but I wanted to share with you guys that it's okay, it's okay not to always feel 100% happy. It's okay to show your emotions. It's okay to want to talk about it. It's okay to cry. I was very against crying. When I cry, I cry when obviously I'm sad, but the other time is when I'm really angry. So before that, I always thought that if you cried, you were weak. So change that mindset. Let's change it. It's okay. For every human deserves to go through their emotions. It's okay to not be happy all the time. But my uncle has helped me through his words and telling me that you have to live happy. You can't live in sadness. You can't live in you can't be lonely. You got to let people in. You got to ask for help when you need it, and it's okay. Like, you're not going to be looked down upon for asking for help. And I'm learning slowly to do that. I don't know. I just want to be happier. So that is another goal of mine, is to be happy, to accept my feelings, to accept my emotions, to ask for help when I need it. Okay, I've been wanting to do YouTube for a very, very, very long time, but I never set myself to do it because I was just so afraid of what are people gonna think. Like, in my hometown, no one is doing this, like, at all. It's all new to me and I'm still getting adjusted to it. But I wanted to do it for so long until I finally was like, you know what? Start it. Like, what is the worst that could happen? So I'm on here. So I am going with this. And another goal is I want to So leading up to this, I want to be able to reach 1,000 subscribers by June. So that gives me 6 months. I want to be able to achieve that goal because I don't know, that's just another goal. I want to grow in my YouTube channel. I want to grow in my content. I want you guys to be satisfied with what I'm providing you guys. I am always open for suggestions, whatever you guys want to see. But when I first started YouTube, I went in it thinking that if I can make someone smile, or if my advice or me talking or my life experience can help one of you guys, then that's what I want. Like, that's gonna bring happiness to me, because it's like, well guys, I know I went off on a couple rants, but like I said, happy new year. I wish you guys many blessings, to you and your family. This is going to be a better year if we have that positive mindset. I know I talked to you guys about some of my goals and some achievements that I want to achieve. I don't know if I'm gonna add some 2020 memories at the end of this video, but if I do, please keep a lookout for those. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, turn on your post notifications so you are notified when I upload. Don't forget to share and like, but I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.